So originally I was planning on making a very, very different video than this one. However, this I think is something that all of you guys will want to see. So the video I was making for today will be out tomorrow. And of course, if you could read the title, the thumbnail, this is every single perk that is going to be in Modern Warfare 3 at launch. Now, I want to be clear. Some of these perks refer to zombies and some of these perks refer to multiplayer. Based off of their descriptions, we can get a pretty good idea of which are in which. So just keep in mind as we go through, not all of these are going to be in multiplayer, but definitely a lot of them are, and a lot of them make sense and are going to be really, really good for the game. So you'll see what I mean as we go through these, and a lot of these are things we have never seen before in Call of Duty. So I'm pretty excited for some of these to see how they interact with the things that are already in the game. Now, the other thing I want to say before we dive into all of those perks is, first of all, if you're watching this later tonight, I'm going to be streaming over on Twitch. If you want to check out my Twitch streams, they are linked down in the description. I don't normally stream at night like this or on weekends, but normally Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to check out any of my streams, link down below. It's always a good time, fun to hang out. There's currently Twitch drops enabled for Modern Warfare 3. So that's what we're going to be doing today, hanging out, having a good time. So check out my stream, link down below. Now, let's get into all these perks, and you'll see how crazy some of these are as we go through them. So this is all from someone by the name of Modern Warfare 3 Intel on Twitter, and let's just get right into it. So first off, we have the Aegis Vest. This one makes you immune to EMP, shock, and enemy thermal, warns you of nearby enemy equipment, and delays the trigger of enemy mines. So this one's definitely multiplayer. We can figure that one out. The second one is self-healing polymer armor. This one's description is equipped armor will automatically regenerate after a delay when damaged. So to me, this is absolutely for zombies. There is no armor within multiplayer. I don't see them adding armor. So this is just a cool interaction where your armor will automatically regenerate. You don't have to put it back on. That is super powerful and definitely will be in zombies if we're getting it. And also keep in mind that these are leaks. Some of these may be removed from the game, changed, things along those lines. Just because they're on this list doesn't mean they're guaranteed to be in the game, because I believe they're data mined from the files. So just keep that in mind. After this, assault gloves, improve sprint to fire speed. That's definitely a multiplayer one. Next one's interesting. CCT comms vest. Increased duration, enemies stay on the radar and zooms out the radar for you and nearby allies. Enemies you kill drop intel packs, which generate a radar ping for you and nearby allies when collected. To me, this could be in both zombies and multiplayer. I don't know about this one. It sounds very strong. I don't know if it would be counteracted by Ghost or if it will be in multiplayer, but definitely a very interesting one. This next one I certainly hope is in multiplayer. It's called Compression Carrier. This one reduces health regen delay by 20% and immediately regen your health after getting a kill. This is super powerful. I've been saying that I want stims or something like Quick Fix in multiplayer. This should do that as long as it's in the game, and I'm really hoping that this is in multiplayer. One of the best things I've read so far about the game. After this, Dex Gloves. Throw equipment further, reset fuse timer on throwback grenades. This one I would assume is in multiplayer. Seems pretty straightforward. We've seen it before. Reserve armor. We have increased the number of reserve armor plates on spawn by 1. Again, this has to do with armor. I would be pretty surprised if they randomly added armor to multiplayer. So expect to see this one probably in zombies, and some of them you may even see in Warzone if they eventually add perks into Warzone. So just keep that in mind. The next one, flame resistant insulation, reduces damage from fire by 75%. Also show up cold on thermal. This one's interesting to me because as of right now, there isn't a lot of things in the game that do fire damage. So it doesn't seem very powerful other than counteracting thermals. So I don't know whether this one's in multiplayer or zombies. I'm not sure. This next one is called High Gain Antenna, and this one has such a long description that I would assume that this has to do with zombies. It says, the minimap is zoomed out for you and nearby allies. Gain the effects of acoustic sensor and radio intercept if a nearby ally has the perk. See nearby ally radar pings from data jacker and compass indicators from nearby ally signal jammers. The way that this one works is it's so much teamwork oriented. I just don't see it being a part of multiplayer. Also, some of those things I don't even know what they are, like a data jacker. So I'm assuming that this is all things to do with zombies, so keep that in mind. Next one, impact resistance glove, increase melee spread and range. This one kind of gives me flashbacks to Commando from the original Modern Warfare 2, so interested to see what that one is like and if it works with knives in multiplayer. Could be very overpowered. Next one, lightweight RAR vest. Increase movement speed on land and water. less splash noise in water, and you surface silently. This one sounds like a multiplayer one, also one that people would use in Warzone. Basically, you're sneaky in water. For this, marksman gloves reduce sway and flinch while ADS. Pretty straightforward there. This one's crazy. If this is in multiplayer, this is absolutely crazy. It's called EVG, or Enhanced Vision Goggles. Allows you to toggle between normal vision and enhanced vision, highlighting enemies in sight. So if this is in multiplayer, it's insane. It's like less strong wall hacks. It makes it easier to see people. But the way that it says highlighting enemies and not players or things like that kind of makes it sound like it is a zombies perk. But if this is in multiplayer, that is incredibly, incredibly powerful. The next one, triage gloves. Automatically equips armor picked up on the battlefield. Again, this one sounds like a zombies thing. You automatically put armor on. However, I don't know why you'd use triage gloves instead of something like self-healing polymer armor, because polymer just automatically heals you when you're not being damaged. So I don't know, but they sound to do similar things. After this, radio intercept. See indicators for enemy reinforcements on your minimap. I don't think this isn't multiplayer, because if someone was to spawn in and you'd immediately get a radar ping, that is super overpowered in multiplayer. The next one, Rhino Modular Ring. Start with maximum reserve ammo. Resupply lethals and tacticals from dead players. So notice how that one says players. That makes me believe that this is actually multiplayer. And this one essentially sounds like it's scavenger for explosives. Next one, running sneakers. Increase tac sprint duration and reduced refresh time. That one's pretty straightforward. Shield carrier. Immune to the effects of EMP, shock, and heartbeat sensors. For this, shielded electronics. Immunity to EMP and shocks. Sounds pretty straightforward. Suspension pad. Reduce flinch when aiming down sights. That's pretty powerful. And then finally, thermal insulation. Undetectable by thermal optics. So that is our full list. So these are, of course, in addition to the ones that we already have in game, like Ghost and all of those. If you've played the beta, you know what all of those are. I'm not going to go through them all again. I have a video going over all of the perks and things like that in the beta. I feel like we don't need to. These are the ones that are being added in and sound absolutely crazy. The ones that sound insane, I'm assuming, are zombies. The ones that make a lot of sense, I would assume, are multiplayer. And that's kind of what we can expect moving forward. Now, I'm curious what you guys think. Based off of what you are hearing with these perks, which ones do you think are good? Which ones do you think are multiplayer? Which ones do you think are zombies? I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. Some of these have me excited, especially the compression carrier, which makes healing better. Big positive in my books. So can't wait to have that in multiplayer. I really hope it is in multiplayer. But yeah, all in all, I think most of these sound pretty good, as long as they are not adding in armor into multiplayer, because that would probably make a lot of players go absolutely insane if they didn't have that in the beta and then all of a sudden threw that as in launch. That would be a horrible, horrible thing. But as a whole, I think these sound really, really good. And that's kind of my opinion on them. So if you like the intel, you like what you heard, be sure to hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe and have notifications on to stay up to date on all my videos. I got some really great videos, really good story videos coming later this week. So make sure you stay tuned for that. I think you guys will really enjoy them. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, peace out.